Few names in the world of cryptocurrency are more recognizable than Sam Bankman-Fried, known as SBF. But these days, he's not known for anything good. Until this month, Bankman-Fried was a crypto wonderkind, climbing the ladder board of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index at a young age. But that was until FTX, the mammoth crypto exchange that he founded, came crashing down. The seismic activity that sent cracks through SBF's empire exposed FTX and its affiliates for poor management and alleged misuse of customer funds. In today's video, we are going to show you who is Sam Bankman-Fried and the rise and fall of FTX. Without further ado, let's begin. He was born on March 6, 1992, in California, is the son of two professors at Stanford Law School, and a member of a highly educated family. Bankman-Fried graduated from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology with a degree in physics and a minor in mathematics. In the summer of 2013, he worked as an intern for New York-based Jane Street Capital, where he returned to the proprietary trading firm as a full-time employee after graduating. He spent his childhood playing games like chess and bridge. His brother Gabe told Insider, "Playing games growing up. His inclination is if a board game is fun, you should play two simultaneous games at once with a timer." Bankman-Fried studied physics at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where he juggled several extracurriculars alongside his academics. "I worked like an hour and a half a day in total and had trouble getting places on time," Bankman-Fried told Insider. "I was a really negligent student." During college, Bankman-Fried began honing his moral compass. He became especially interested in effective altruism, a philosophical movement that uses calculations to understand how people can use their time, money, and resources to best help others. During his 3 years at Jane Street, Bankman-Fried would give away half of his salary to animal welfare groups and effective altruism charities, according to Bloomberg. He left to work for Macaskill's Center for Effective Altruism, set up by William Macaskill, one of the leaders of the effective altruism movement. Bankman-Fried began his professional career as a trader at Jane Street Capital after graduating with a degree in physics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 2014. At Jane Street, he specialized in arbitrage trading strategies focused on exchange-traded funds. An arbitrage trade is where a trader purchases an asset in one market and instantly sells it for a higher price elsewhere, locking in a risk-free profit. He worked at Jane Street for 3 years before stumbling across cryptocurrency in late 2017. At this point, Bitcoin was gaining substantial traction in mainstream finance, trading at around $10,000 at the end of November 2017. The industry was still nascent, and crypto trading infrastructure was minimal. Despite the flood of buyers flowing into the market, there were few firms providing platforms for buying and selling crypto. Bankman-Fried immediately saw that the scope for arbitrage in crypto was enormous. Prices were very erratic, and the market was highly inefficient. He began by focusing on a Japanese arbitrage trade, which involved buying Bitcoin in the US and selling it in Japan, pocketing up to 10% with the differences in prices. This trade was related to the kimchi premium, when crypto prices are higher in Korean won than in other currencies. With money beginning to flow into his operation, Bankman-Fried founded the quantitative trading firm Alameda Research in November 2017, shortly after turning 25. Sam Bankman-Fried was a 30-year-old with a mop of brown hair and enough clout to go by his initials SBF. He had a cryptocurrency exchange called FTX, a trading firm called Alameda Research, and $15.6 billion to his name, according to estimates from Bloomberg. He had catapulted into one of the biggest names in crypto in a matter of 4 years and was setting his sights on mainstream finance. Now, all he has left are his initials, and several legal proceedings ahead of him. Bankman-Fried was arrested Monday by Bahamian authorities at the U.S. government's request, based on a sealed indictment that was filed by the U.S. Attorney's Office Southern District of New York, the office tweeted. Shortly after his arrest, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission announced it had authorized separate charges relating to his violations of securities laws. On November 11, FTX announced Bankman-Fried was resigning as CEO and would be replaced by John J. Ray III. In addition, FTX, Alameda Research, and roughly 130 affiliated companies have begun Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings. The collapse of Bankman-Fried's fortune has loomed for months. Reports have been circulating this year that FTX was on a shaky financial foundations amidst larger instabilities in the global crypto market, according to the New York Times, where he said he didn't personally think that when Sorkin asked if he was worried about being held criminally liable for the collapse of FTX. He said he was more focused on helping FTX millions of customers and stakeholders who lost money from the exchange. Here's how SBF went from crypto's poster child to its greatest cautionary tale. In a scathing rebuke of Bankman-Fried's leadership, Ray said, "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information as occurred here." In the bankruptcy court filings, Ray added, "From compromised systems integrity and faulty regulatory oversight, abroad to the concentration of control in the hands of a very small group of inexperienced, unsophisticated, and potentially compromised individuals. This situation is unprecedented." The Senate Banking and the House Financial Services Committees plan to hold December hearings to examine the demise of FTX under former CEO Bankman-Fried. FTX had managed to avoid the liquidity crisis that plagued crypto earlier in 2022 after a wave of contagion rocked the market in the wake of the $60 billion collapse of stablecoin TerraUSD. But that reprieve would only last a few short months. FTX was built on a house of cards not dissimilar to TerraUSD. The walls caved in on FTX in early November, with a run on the exchange's native token FTT. Like many other exchanges, FTX used its crypto token to support its various projects. But a November 2 story by CoinDesk questioned FTX's solvency with its use of FTT for liquidity. The story uncovered that the single biggest asset on Alameda's $14.6 billion balance sheet was unlocked FTT, while the third biggest asset on the books was a $2.16 billion pile of FTT collateral. The news of SBF's empire's exposure with FTT spurred the markets into sell-off mode. FTT held a market cap of $3.4 billion on November 1 before CoinDesk's story broke. The token has been eviscerated since then, as more details surrounding SBF's mismanagement come to light. FTT's total market cap is now less than $500,000 as of November 21. After setting up Alameda Research, it wasn't long before SBF turned its attention to building crypto exchange FTX in 2019. When Bankman-Fried launched FTX, he tweeted, "Alameda's incentive is just for FTX to do as well as possible." Bankman-Fried used Alameda to kickstart liquidity for FTX. He kept the employee count low relative to competitors and set up shop in Hong Kong for regulatory reasons before later moving to the Bahamas. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Give this video a thumbs up for more interesting content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.